In today's video, it's all about crocodile buffet. So we went to the store and we got about $400 worth of crazy meats. You can see we have chicken feet, we have steak, we have hot dogs, tilapia, salmon, baby back ribs, a bunch of chicken, because this is actually the crocodile's favorite. We got some crawfish, we got a little bit of watermelon, some shrimp, a snake we're gonna cut up for the bigger crocs, and some rats, and a little bit of chicken hearts. So we're gonna unbag all this meat. We're gonna make a nice, pretty cutting board. We're gonna bring it over to the other property, and we're gonna walk in the enclosure, drop it in front of the crocs, and see what kind of meat they like most. Now, I'm thinking they're gonna like the salmon or the chicken. The least favorite, I'm gonna say, is gonna be the crawfish and probably the eggs, because crocs aren't known to be nest raiders, so they might not eat some eggs. But we got everything to see what these guys are gonna like. They're also gonna like that big old snake right there. But first things first, let's get a knife and let's start cutting this up.
This looks so good.
All right, guys, that was a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be, cutting up all this food. Let's just go over everything we have. Now, the first thing we have is chicken feet. It contains a lot of bone, a lot of cartilage, a lot of tendons. Great nutrition for crocodiles. Then we have two different types of protein fish. We got tilapia and salmon, both really good types of fish for crocodiles. Then we have some good old red meat. Come on, perfect for crocodiles, perfect for humans. Then we got a couple hot dogs. Now, hot dogs are processed, so we're not gonna feed these crocs a ton of hot dogs. So I just put about 3 or 4. It's not gonna hurt them. Next thing we got is usually their main source of protein when I feed them. Straight up chicken legs or chicken leg quarters, which is fine. There's a lot of bone in there, a lot of meat. This is actually their favorite source of protein. Then we got some pork ribs. As you can see, there's a lot of silver skin, a lot of bones. So everything on this platter is a great source of nutrition. We got red meat, we got pork, we got fish, we got chicken, we got rats, which is another great source of protein. You got bones in there, you got fur, you got gut content, teeth, all kinds of stuff. Then another great source of protein. Now, crocodiles are known to eat snakes when snakes are swimming across rivers or lakes. Crocodiles all the time will go over, snatch that snake, eat it. So crocodiles eating other reptiles, whether it's a small crocodile, small gator, a snake, a lizard, they eat them all the times in the wild. So we got that, and then we got a little bit more seafood. This right here is shrimp. So for the crocodilians, like broad-snouted caiman, American crocodiles, things that would eat shrimp and crustaceans in the wild, this is awesome source of protein. It's got all different kinds of shell in it. And then we got a little bit of watermelon. You're probably wondering, why watermelon? So crocodiles normally don't eat fruits or vegetables. They have been known to munch on mangoes that have fallen in the water, swamp apples, a couple different things like that. A few wildlife parks have fed their crocs watermelon, and they've actually chomped it and ate it. So this isn't gonna hurt the crocodiles. It's a nice, cool experiment just to put on the plate because it's red, right? It looks like flesh. So who knows, maybe they're gonna go ahead, eat the watermelon, and really enjoy it. So all across the board, we got a ton of awesome protein. It's gonna be interesting to walk in there, put it down, and see what the crocodiles eat first. We're gonna cut up some chicken feet, some salmon, and a few other things for the baby crocs. We're gonna feed 3 baby crocs first. Then we're gonna put all this in my truck. We're gonna saran wrap it, and we're gonna go feed some monster crocodiles. All right, guys, this is my crocodile overflow area. I'm redoing the main part, which I'll show you after we feed the babies. So it's a little bit hectic, a little bit jammed in here. But this right here, like I said, is my overflow area. I'm gonna show you what we're doing next and new after this. Now, he's definitely gonna tear this up. Look at him, he's ready to go. Food. Food. What's he going for first?
Salmon.
Salmon, nice. I think he's gonna do rats next. No, red meat, okay. All right, we got salmon, red meat. There he goes. I wonder if they can tell the difference right off the bat, if their smell is good enough to distinguish what's what. There we go. 2 rats at the same time. That's a nice meal, a nice nutritious meal. There we go, another piece of red meat. I wonder how he's gonna react when we get to the watermelon. Move this, without him biting me. It's interesting, I think the watermelon might be the last thing these guys eat. Nice backflip. He did a backflip for that watermelon. I don't really know if he enjoyed it. He still got it in his mouth. He's like, what is this? Delicious. And now you can tell he's unfamiliar. So typically they're not just gonna hold food in their mouth unless they're super full, or if it's like a large prey item. But the fact that he's holding that little piece of watermelon in his mouth means, you know, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty new to him. Right here, we got an American crocodile. Guys, we're redoing all of our tubs. We already got brand new tubs, brand new lids. We did new electric, new plumbing. That way the tubs drain right out to the canal. Oh, there we go. A little piece of pork for the American crocodile. Right, nice. Now, American crocodiles are big fish eaters. So when it comes to that shrimp, Really gonna like that. Red meat, of course he's gonna love that. Salmon, he's gonna love it. Tilapia. The only real interesting thing for this guy is gonna be that watermelon. Typically they're just eating, you know, one source of protein. It's either chicken hearts or rats or something like that. Guys, look, the American crocodile, same thing as the gator. Got that watermelon in his mouth and is just keeping it there. They're like, what is this? Guys, before we drive to the other property, because I don't have big crocodiles on this property, I have them at 5 acres, because in the state of Florida, if you want to keep large crocodiles over 4 foot, you need to have 5 acres. So I leased another property. We're gonna head over there right now after I show you our new holding area for our baby gators. Now coming through here, this is my house. We got my African Jeanette over here, Nala. Coming over here, we got our tortoise pen. And then off to the left, we've been revamping the baby crocodilian area. Look at this, we got a new door, eucalyptus. Walking in, we used to have mulch in here. We went ahead, we built an elevated deck. That way all the tubs stay level. Then we added a nice fence barrier around so no crocodiles. If they were to escape out of this tub, they can't escape anywhere. I mean, the door comes about 1/10 of an inch from the floor. They can't escape out of here. We got wood decking, and then we actually went and we ran electricity. So you can see we got some lights. We got outlets all around this baby crocodile area. We got a nice sunshade. Now this sunshade is about a 50% sunshade, so it's gonna allow a little bit of sun through, but not too much to algae up the tub. Then we went ahead, we bought brand new tubs because the old ones were stained, and instead of doing wooden tops, we did this composite, this fake wood. So over time, this stuff lasts very, very well. It's not gonna twist, it's not gonna turn, it's not gonna warp. So this is what they look like before we put the screen on. Now these two are finished. As you can see, we have the strongest gauge you could possibly make. This is 9 gauge panel right here. So it's the best for keeping these crocodiles in. Then we got locks, handles, hinges, and look at this. We actually installed drains down there. So instead of the drains being up a couple inches, we can literally turn a valve. This tub will drain out, and we have water all the way around. So we go like that. We can actually fill up every single tub at once. How crazy is that? So this is awesome. We're gonna have overflow pipes going through the deck, so when we run water, it's not gonna stain the tubs. Everything is nice and beautiful. We're gonna do some shelves with some crocodile skulls, some greenery on the back. This right here is a new baby croc area. This is to make it efficient for cleaning, for heating, and all around just security. This is the best crocodile area, the best tubs you could possibly make. So these guys go from this 300-gallon tub to a 700-gallon tub, and then they're gonna go to an outdoor enclosure, which I'm gonna show you guys next at the croc property. All right, guys, the first animal we're gonna feed, we're gonna start from smallest, then we're gonna work our way to the larger crocs. Now right here, we have the platter. I have 2 spectacle caiman in here, 2 very, very large spectacle caiman, and 1 American alligator. Now, spectacle caiman are known for being extremely, extremely shy. So this probably isn't the best animal to do it when it comes to filming. Now I just threw him a piece of chicken, trying to get him in the mood to eat. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this board, we're gonna lay it over here, and hopefully these guys will come up and they'll be able to eat their buffet. And off to my left, you can see the Cuban crocodile. Look at this guy, he's getting big. He's probably 6+ feet. He's actually in there with a female, so hopefully he's gonna breed soon. But Cuban crocodiles are extremely smart and athletic, and I know he can smell that food. All right, guys, this right here is the Cuban Nile hybrid, getting extremely large. So we're about to upgrade him into an enclosure about double this size. But let me just try to back him off because there's no way I can get that in here. Yeah, definitely a feisty crocodile, but that's actually perfect right there. So I'm just gonna throw this in there and let's see what this guy eats. Now, the coolest thing about this experiment is the watermelon. I'm so excited to see how these guys react to the watermelon. So I'm gonna shove this in there quick. Let's get him in the mood. Woo, with a piece of chicken right there. Look at that. He's got some chicken. He's got some salmon. Very close, piece of chicken. Look at that. How about some tilapia? You want some tilapia? Now, a lot of my crocs aren't the biggest fan of fish. As you can see, he wants nothing to do with that fish, but I guarantee if we get some red meat, maybe a little pork. I know he got some salmon in his mouth, so that's probably what's throwing him off. So I think for the other crocs, we might remove the fish at first, let them eat, and then give them the fish after. But I guarantee if I try to pull this, he's gonna want it. So he's gonna take that into his pond, hold on it like a little toy.
He got huge.
He'll munch it. Yeah, he got really, really big. He eats a lot. He eats about 10 to 15 pounds in a sitting. There the caiman goes.
That's
Eating
that
a nice
chicken.
little piece of chicken. Look how big that spectacle caiman is. He's one of the largest in captivity. So we're gonna feed the West Africans, the giant Nile crocodiles, and I think the last one we're gonna feed is my 12-foot alligator, Bobby. Now we probably should have done this later in the day. You can tell the crocodiles aren't charged up enough to eat and go crazy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can tell the male is down there messing with her. Throw the male another one. Come on, Bubba.
Fast.
Where are you going? Food, food, food. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Food, food, food. Come on. Food, 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 food. Maybe a little piece of chicken. He's down in it. But hey, Toothless, look. Yeah, we got some pork, some eggs, some rats, some snake. We got some salmon if you want some salmon. Pig out, man. Some watermelon. I know you never had that before. Now, Toothless is one of the largest crocodiles here. He's just pushing 12 feet long, but he's a super old crocodile and he doesn't have any teeth. That's why it's so hard for him to grasp all this food. Come on. Come on, get you some food. Get you some food. There we go, little rat. Oh, yummy, yummy. Some pork. I know you like pork. How about that? Yummy, yummy stuff. Even though Toothless has no teeth, if he were to bite you, he would immediately break your bones. Crocodiles have about 2,500 to 4,000 pounds per square inch if it's a really, really big one. So even though he's got no teeth, he could grab your arm, break it, pull you into the water, and drown you very, very quick. They're very shy. They don't like being filmed. So a lot of these crocs are going to eat this stuff later. Lex, we got some food. Food, food, food. Come on. Oh, we'll put that right there for her. Now, while these crocs are warming up to their continental breakfast, we're going to go feed Bobby, the 12-foot gator. My big bull gator, Bobby, is a wild gator. So he usually doesn't pass up any food, whether it's a fish or a snake. This guy is from the wild, so he was used to eating deers, raccoons, wild snakes, fish, apple snails. So Bobby really does like every piece of meat, and you guys are about to find that out soon. This little Morlet's crocodile, she's gonna love that piece of snake right there. Come on. Whoa, whoa, she's got the tongs. There you go. Nothing goes to waste. Even ball pythons that have naturally died. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, all the way out. All the way out. Come on, right here. Now, Bobby's a big gator, so let's give him a big piece of pork. Come on. Let's go, Bobby. Up, up. Come on. Come on. All your food's over here. All your food's over here. Come on. Come on, Bobby. 1, 2. Look at that. That's a giant piece of pork rib, but that's just a little snack for Bobby the gator. But I really want to see how he reacts to this watermelon. Oh, look at that. He's eating it. He really likes it. He really likes the watermelon. Look, swallowing that watermelon. How crazy is that? Now, I've never fed Bobby salmon, so this is going to be interesting to see. Now, he has ate like blackfin tuna and bonita and wahoo, but let's see how he likes some salmon. Food, food, food. Come on. Food, food, food. And it looks like he loves it. I think he's gonna like hot dogs even more. Now guys, you can see every time he eats, he'll lift his head above the surface of the water to swallow. Now typically, that's what gators and crocs will do. Now I have seen crocs eat food underneath the water, but they prefer not to flood their stomach full of water. That's why they'll lift their head above, tilt their head back, and they'll swallow it just like that. All right guys, now we actually have 2 new Orinoco crocodiles. So when we have all this little shrimp, we're just gonna throw this in with the new Orinocos. And you can see tearing it up right off the bat. Let's go ahead and throw some shrimp in there with that guy. Some chicken feet and some chicken feet over with him. We're just gonna take all this chicken. That way it doesn't rot in the sun. It flies and ants on it. We're just gonna throw some chicken in there for him. And he's gonna tear that up. Woo! As the day goes on, and he doesn't seem to be a fan of eggs. So let's give these eggs to this little Morlet crocodile. I think Bobby really likes that watermelon, so we're gonna give all this extra watermelon to him. All right guys, and we gotta give the Cubans a little rat. Check this out. Whoa! There we go. A little piece of snake and a little piece of salmon for the Cuban crocs. Look at that. He really does like watermelon. And that is the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching this crocodile buffet video, don't forget, like, comment, most important part, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.